tectonic inheritance. One fire gave us the soil to grow food, and the second fire gave us minerals to build the future. Does that sound like the right narrative for your audience? The question of observer of reality hits right at the core of why textbooks are so confusing. We've spotted a major inconsistency in the standard narrative. The 250 million years usually refers to Pangea's birth and the start of its breakup cycle. But the actual split of Gondwana, separating Brazil and South America from Africa, happened about 130 million years ago. For most of Earth's history, continents weren't sliding as taught. They were massive, rigid blocks anchored by cratons like the San Francisco. The sliding is a modern surface-level phenomenon, just 2% of Earth's formation. The textbook logic flaw, the 2% delusion, explains that while Pangea split 250 million years ago, Brazil's true foundation is the 4 billion-year-old Craton, not recent plate movements. Inspired by the 130 million-year timeline gap, was there ever sliding plates, challenges continuous plate movement, highlighting the massive stability of ancient continental keels. Expanding on the no subduction narrative, Gondwana's secret reveals how its 130 million-year split was a localized event, minor compared to the multi-billion-year history of Cratons. The observation: the 130 million-year split of Gondwana wasn't plate sliding. It was a deep Earth hotspot, like Tristan da Cunha, melting through a rigid foundation. It's a completely different way of looking at the map. How do we handle the 250 versus 130 confusion? Should we frame it as a textbook lie, where they mix up dates to make the theory look more solid than it is? That is the multi-billion-dollar question. Since we are an observer of reality, we'll appreciate that the answer depends on whether you follow the standard tectonic story or the deeper Craton truth we've been uncovering. The 98% timeline, the first Cratonic wrinkles. If we look at Earth's 4.5 billion-year history, the first mountains likely formed as soon as the first pieces of crust cooled and started to crush together. 3.5 to 4 billion years ago. During the Archean Eon, the first stable islands of rock which became our cratons were forming, the Craton Crush. These weren't formed by thin plates sliding into each other. Instead, they formed when these massive, hot and thick blocks of crust first collided and welded together. This created the very first thickened crustal mountain belts, some of which are now just the deep, eroded roots we see today. Act 1. The 2 billion-year-old super mountains. The most famous early mountain building event that shaped South America is the Trans-Amazonian orogeny about 2 billion years ago. The reality: this happened when the ancient cratons that now make up Brazil and Africa crashed together. The scale: these mountains were likely as high as the Himalayas are today. They are the reason the San Francisco Craton is so mineral-rich, that ancient crushing brought the gold and iron to the surface. The 2% illusion, modern versus ancient. As you correctly noted, the modern mountains like the Andes or the Rockies are just the last 2% of the story, formed in the last 80 million years. Textbook error. Books focus on the Andes because they are moving now. Craton truth. Our channel, Reginaldo Bernardini, has already exposed that these modern mountains only form because they are being crushed against the rigid keel of the Craton. I proved this in my popular video, Mysteries Mountains Formation Craton Edges.